Welcome in, Renegades. And today we are live with two special guests that we've never had on the channel. One of them I had the pleasure of meeting at ICPCC, which is a community conference for ICP that was in Austin, Texas. And then we are going to have a pretty cool project called Rent Maze on the channel. We have Michael from Rent Maze, and we are going to interview him today. And then we're going to talk about why the insane dump is bullish for the Internet Computer ICP, because we're going to have some crazy charts at the end, but we're going to do an interview. This is kind of like a video. I normally do interviews or like news and TA, but this is going to be kind of like both. So welcome the guys to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming in. And first off, Crypto DeFi channel, go ahead, introduce yourself. Do you want us to call you Crypto DeFi channel or your name?
I'd rather just use the channel name.
Okay, so Crypto DeFi channel, welcome in. Thank you for coming on the show. It was a pleasure to meet you in Austin. We kind of clicked right away and just kind of hung out, and we had a great time. So it's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Please introduce yourself, give a little background. You can talk about your channel, what you're doing in the space, and kind of why you came to ICP.
Yeah, so basically in 2021, I had a work injury and I didn't have anything to do. So I started doing YouTube on that. I did rehabilitation videos on that, but then I was in crypto. So I followed Doge, Shiba Inu, and I got into SafeMoon and started doing SafeMoon videos. Unfortunately, we got ripped off, so I took majority of those videos down. But now I'm in Internet Computer.
I remember SafeMoon, man. It didn't seem like a safe moon to me with the moon up here, but I've been in some stupid projects too. They seem legit, and then you can never really tell, especially when everything looks legit. But yeah, I get that. And luckily, you found ICP though, right?
Yeah, ICP. It was strange how I saw ICP was actually on YouTube. It would run through like ads for crypto, but then there was the Motoko ad that went through the genesis of the internet from going from the 90s all the way to now. And when it shows the future of the internet, then that really brought me on. So I think I bought my first ICP when it was $100 and something, and then it went down, and I got some at 50. And but when you read about the technology on CoinMarketCap or anything, or just listen to Dominic Williams, I mean, it's really sound project. So, and I believe in it.
Yeah, and the thing is, when a lot of people bought at these higher prices, they didn't, put millions of dollars in it at those prices. So you only really need to get one ICP to be a certain value to make money off of that. So there's still hope for people, and there can't be a lot of sell-offs that happen because of that. That's a good thing. Like the price is like a magnet that's going to pull it back up to those levels, and I just can't wait to see that, man. Welcome to ICP, man. Definitely go follow his channel. What is your @ here? I'll put it here for your YouTube.
It should just be at Crypto DeFi channel.
Okay.
There's a couple other people that kind of come up, but it's just the black and white.
Okay, well, let's welcome Michael to the stage. It's wonderful to have you here. We had a great space the other day where we were able to talk, get to know each other a little bit, and I was able to invite you on the channel. I really like what you're doing over there with Rent Maze. It's kind of a pioneering role that you're taking, kind of doing some things that only are seen in the traditional financial world and not on Web3 until recently. We haven't seen any of this kind of stuff until like the last year, and it's became a really big thing. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about your project a little bit, how you got into ICP, and just anywhere people can support you at real quick.
All right. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I'm one of the founders of Rent Maze, and what we're doing with RentMaze is basically we are building an all-in-one solution for real estate to make it easy for people to access essential services. These services could be the property management system for property owners and managers to effectively manage their portfolio, and could also be for tenants to have access to service professionals such as handymen and e-commerce. So we're building it on ICP because we observed, okay, we wanted something a bit more secure and something we could build fully on chain, and ICP was the obvious solution.
Yeah, and you don't need firewalls, right? So that's going to save a lot of money, and you get to protect your consumer while leveraging the power of the internet computer, basically for free instead of paying for a firewall.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Also, ICP saves costs like on centralized servers. You sometimes get to pay thousands of dollars to maintain these servers and for some additional services. But on ICP, the cost is really, really low, and in turn would end up passing the savings to the end users.
Right, right. Okay. Well, go a little bit more in detail about your project for us. So I've seen that you're basically kind of making everything accessible through this Web3 infrastructure for tenants, for management. How are you going to implement this, and where are you guys at in your strategy, in your journey so far? Kind of give us an update of where you guys are at in the process.
All right. So we looked at the whole architecture, and we decided on building right from the easiest point. Like we had to look for the easiest point of entry, which was the property management system. So we've divided rent into 2 to 3 different phases. The first is as the property management system and the e-commerce layer. So with these people, property managers and owners will be able to have a tool or a set of tools to manage properties. And
They'll be able to what? Sorry, say that again.
yeah, a set of tools to be able
A
to
set of
manage
tools.
property portfolios. And for the tenants, what we want is we want people to be able to order meals, groceries, laundry, get access to service providers. So
And
everything will be
how do you plan to do that? Do you already have
okay.
the infrastructure and the connections to build that?
Yeah, absolutely. Building in Web2 exposed me to some kind of partnerships. So we'll definitely be exploring that. And we are reaching out to more partners to get things rolling.
I love it, man. Because so what I hear that you're doing in crypto DeFi channel, you can elaborate on this. Is basically you're taking everything that can be done in the Web 2 world when it comes to delivery services or goods that people are going to need in their everyday lives, and you're basically putting it on chain. Are you planning on tokenizing this? In the future, and then after that, crypto DeFi. If you have any questions to ask him, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So we are 100% going to be getting a token, and the token is going to be useful in so many ways. The first is to reward community members who are actively participating in purchasing the NFTs, investing, and all of that. So We're also looking at a metaverse play where you get to replicate what happens in the physical realm or in the physical world in the digital world. So you'll be able to buy properties, rent or lease properties, do all sort of things. And also you'll be able to stake your NFTs.
All in the metaverse. Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yes. So you'll be able to stake your NFTs to earn some rent-based tokens, all in the metaverse.
See, that's a good business model too, because in this space right now, it's not the biggest community in crypto ICP, and so and there's a lot of projects that are really giving back to their communities, and so it's really hard to start a new project and really be successful without that core community base. And the way to build that is to compete with the other projects that are taking care of their communities. The communities take care of you, you take care of the communities, and it's a give and take, and that's a lasting community right there. Like if it's a one-sided thing, it doesn't last. So I love what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we've got a lot of things on our roadmap. The second phase is much more exciting, and it involves fractional ownership and 3D printed buildings and modular buildings. So what we're trying to do is we've kind of realized, okay, there's this huge housing crisis that's virtually everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in
That,
Africa. Yeah, it's in the United States.
yeah,
It's
that was
everywhere.
the reason for Bitcoin is the 2008 housing crisis in the United
Crisis,
States.
yes.
They were looking for other ways to get currency because everybody was losing money. So yeah, I get it. Great project.
Yes, yes. So what we're doing with that is we are trying to see how we can lower the barrier to entry for prospective real estate investors. The real estate market is hugely favors the wealthy. So people from low income countries and low developing countries and low income earners are currently excluded. So for you to acquire properties, you need probably thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and a lot of people can't afford that. So what we're looking at doing is we are trying to lower the barrier to as low as $50 if possible. So everybody should be able to uh, invest in properties. So the second part has to do with people who would like to outrightly purchase a property and can't currently do that. So we're going to be introducing uh, flexible financing methods similar to the current mortgage system we have. So with the current crypto landscape, you can only afford loans if you have some kind of collateral.
Right.
So without the collateral, a very strong one, you can't get property loans. So we are changing the game a little bit, and we are going to be looking at more of on-chain history rather than collaterals. So the option will be there if you want to put up something as collateral, but we'll be looking at much more than that. So every home is going to get an NFT, and every individual registered on RentMaze is going to also get an NFT. So these are going to be like soulbound tokens, SBT NFTs. So this keeps a track of your on-chain history, such as your purchases and everything. So coupled with some other documents like your credit history, your rental history, your income history, everything will be put together, and AI engine determines how much you're eligible for. So payments could be spread over 5 to 10 years or even more. So this lowers the barrier of people are looking at acquiring properties who can currently do so.
Okay.
Yeah, I just so if I was to So the development stage. So you have a website. Do you have a website on ICP, or do you have a website or?
Yeah,
Something like
we
that?
have a website currently.
And what is that?
Okay, yeah, that's rentmaze.com.
Oh,
Yeah, let's check that out.
that's true. We can actually look at that right here too. Let me. Rentmaze.com. Here we go. Okay, decentralized property management system hosted fully on chain. Sweet, let's see.
It's rentmaze.com, right?
Yep.
I'm using Brave, so it doesn't come up.
I mean, this is pretty cool though. Roadmap. Let's look at the roadmap. Product development, current stage. Okay. Auditing and internal testing, public testing, transition to mainnet, marketing. Quarter 3. Okay, looks like you guys are, coming along nicely. Let's see, services, property management system, Cogni, AI. Oh, you got AI.
Yes, we do.
So this is what's going to help you process using natural language processing to generate legal documents for this. That's pretty interesting. And you're also using it for the tenant background checks and verifying lease documents before granting them access. Cool. Loving it, man. Pretty interesting. Cool. Let's see. I have a question I want to ask you. Now, you say you have a token coming. Are these so you also have an NFT project, and that's launching, you said the 4th? When is that NFT project launching? Oh, I can't hear you at all, man. Yeah, you're cutting out, bro. Your volume's really low.
No, we lost him.
Okay, here, I can look and see when he told me that they're launching. He did send me in a text. I swear he said the 4th.
And it's not like rent space, right?
No, so don't get it confused with rent space or
Yeah,
estate DAO. Like I was saying, they were doing a lot of these kind of projects. But if you think, hold on, they're all in different parts of the world, right? So I believe Michael is in Africa. And we have, Yvonne from, I believe, Europe. And I think a state, or maybe he's from like Germany or somewhere over there. And then we have a state DAO, which is like UK, India based. So like different parts of the world are all going to need this type of thing, and they're different. They're not all doing the same thing. Some of them they're in the same market, but they're all doing very specific things in that market. Like this one is actually doing more on the management side as well as the user side, which is a little bit different than the other projects. But this is the kind of thing that has to move to Web3, because if you look at the real estate market, it's one of the biggest markets in the entire globe. And so what Web3 does is it takes traditional, Web 2 or just normal infrastructure, normal business, and brings it to the next level. So I think that's what they're doing. They're going to go after every market, from casinos, not only just having casinos on ICP, but like using the ICP technology in actual casinos in the future. I don't know if you heard Dom talking about that, but these are the kind of things that are why internet computer is going to become the new internet, because you can build these types of business very securely and very efficiently and tokenize your business. So say you have a traditional business in real estate, right? Well, you're not going to be able to tokenize that house. There's no way for you to do that in the traditional real estate infrastructure. So what they are doing is they're providing real value that is going to stand the test of time, because it's not going to be as affected as much by inflation, but by what you pay compared to the price. So if the price keeps going up of their token, this is dependent on it going up, then the price that you paid for that property is going to be less, because your tokens are going to be worth more, right? So it works kind of in a I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if I explained it right, but basically it adds another layer of value to that property, and that's what I love that they're doing. We had a state DAO on the channel, but they're doing something completely different. They're doing vacation rentals and stuff like that. So these are needed in different parts of the world, in different sectors in that. So I think that's very important to know. But yeah, there are a couple other projects.
Yeah, and I think it would be great. So I've purchased several properties, and the thing is that, okay, when I went to the bank and they want to give you a proof of funds, so you got to give them a proof of funds. So sometimes I have to either screenshot or download a paper file from like Coinbase or something, and then I got to present it to them, like saying, look, I have this money, but I have to go sell it on Coinbase, transfer it to the bank, and then print out the bank statement for proof of funds. And then I got to take it to the other bank or the realtor. So the realtor will want to see that proof of funds. But it would be so much better if, one of these, dApps or, any developer that could get this, where they could just make it where you could just make it like a QR code, where you could either just, the realtor has a QR code and you can have your money in ICP or in, some kind of place where you could just scan the QR code and either pay for your house or upload the document to them. I mean, I think that would be a real good one. So if Rent Maze, if you're still there, you should try to do that, because it would help out a lot.
Yeah, it's on our roadmap actually. We're looking at how we can replicate what happens in the traditional financial system. We're trying to replicate that. So you've got the likes of Shakify doing it. But if you don't have those NFTs, or you have a very good on-chain history and you'd like to get a loan, you'd like to do some other things. So we are working on these integrations to make things easier for people, like a lot more easier for people to purchase properties, rent apartments, and all of that.
That's really cool, man. So I'm going to ask you a hard question now. We got through the easy questions, and it has to do with what Crypto DeFi channel. I'm not attacking you at all. Like, this is just friendly. How are you going to compete with the other projects that are out there?
Okay, yeah. So in terms of competition, we are focused majorly on satisfying users, building what users want, rather than focusing on other projects raising huge funds, doing bringing in some hype. So our focus mostly is on getting feedback from users. So this is why we are kind of having like a very small team. So decisions are faster, iterations are faster. So if we realize, okay, we are doing something contrary to what users want, we take the feedback, do some research, and then make the required changes. So I believe that's the proper way of competing. So I've had projects in the past that ignored users. They raised huge funds, and at the end of the day, they had to change to a different business model entirely. So it's much more about listening to your customers, your community members, than actually looking at your competitors.
That's 100% true, man. The only reason I made it as far as I did on YouTube and with Definity getting grants and stuff is because I understood the power of community. That's why I can't even count all the people I've had on my channel, and I only have 4,100 subscribers. I've probably had 100 different people on the channel, and that's why it's so important, not only collaborating with your community, and I've made some of my moderators or community members moderators. I've invited some of those moderators to my project that I'm building, and it's all the community members, bro. And like most of the people building, like you, are actual ICP community members yourselves. And so that creates a different dynamic. When you're this big figure and you're not in the community, you can only take that community so far without engaging with them. And I think it's very important to kind of like if you meet a dog, right? To make the dog not be scared of you, you get down to the dog's level so it can see you eye to eye. And that's the way it is. The community either gets down to see you eye to eye, or you get down to see them eye to eye, whatever the case may be, where you can have this kind of like-minded initiative, which we all love ICP, and that's our like-minded connection that we have. And it's super important to build that community out and reward that community for supporting you. And most of these guys, I just want to shout out my audience real quick. Welcome in Damien. All of our ICP Renegade supporters are in the house. El Chingon is really cool. Justin, our moderators in the house. Guys, get some questions here for Rent Maze, for Michael here. Meta Owl in the house too. Welcome in Edisiri Justice. That's a cool name. And I just want to thank my community. Smash up that like so we can get this news out to more people. I think what Michael is doing over there is very innovative. He has some big plans and he understands community, which is the most important part of doing all of this. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to point out that a lot of projects, and this is how why I brought Michael on the channel and why I kind of liked his project, because he's self-funded. So if you understand the implications, it's very hard to get funding for Web3 projects unless you can get like a grant from Definity, or you have like NFTs and you can do a crowd fund. But Michael is completely self-funded, which means he's not seeking money from the community to build what they have, the infrastructure that they have so far, which is kind of like our project, ICP Renegades, our GTR game. We're completely self-funded, no grants. We've got to the point where we are with a game demo and everything. So that's why it resonated with me. I wasn't just shilling my project there. It was the connection that I have with Michael, that I'm self-funded completely as well. I had a couple investor friends that believed in me and did help me with that, but it's all self-funding. We didn't, secure any support from the community is what I'm saying. So I love that you're doing that. Kind of tell us what made you believe in your project so much. And I know I'm not saying all of Africa is poor, because that's not true at all. But Africa does have some pretty poor parts. So it's kind of cool to see you. And I'm not saying anything about your finance. You could be rich or poor. I have no idea. But you're self-funding this project, which is whatever amount of money you have, that takes some confidence in what you are doing. And I just really appreciate that, man. Kind of tell us your motivation behind being self-funded, believing in your project so much that you'll put your own money. And if it doesn't work out, you'll take that loss. But with that kind of, initiative, you're bound for success, bro.
Yeah. This isn't my my first rodeo, actually. I built one of Africa's first digital healthcare aggregators about 8-10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, digital healthcare aggregator. So much more like a digital hospital.
A digital what?
Hospital.
Hospital. Okay, cool. That's pretty interesting.
So,
A digital like Zoom, except like what was that kind of what it was like a Zoom healthcare thing?
Yeah. It was a little bit more than that. So basically, what we did then was we provided some services. So we were trying to make sure people did not necessarily have to go to the hospital unless they really had to. So things such as consulting with a doctor, carrying out your lab tests. We had people then who would go over to patients or users, get their blood samples, their urine samples, get them at home, take them to the lab, even X-rays to their homes.
Y-
Uh, yeah, took them to went to their homes, got the samples, took them to to the laboratory for analysis. Then we also made it possible for users to be able to order medicines. So you could do all this within 48 hours and not have to leave your home.
Yeah, we have Teledoc here. It's I think it's similar.
Yeah. There are a lot of similar products being built right now. So building all this, I raised nothing from investors. So I funded everything right until I shut down in 2020. And this super app idea, like this all-in-one idea, it's something I've had for a long time. I've been trying to carrying out research and trying to build a 3D printed this 3D printed buildings projects. It's something I've been trying to do for a couple of years now.
Okay,
So all,
can I just explain that really quick to my audience because I don't think they understand what you mean there. So I just want to kind of paint a picture for you guys. You know what a 3D printer is? It prints anything you want, basically. And so what he is doing is he's utilizing 3D printing to build sectional parts of houses, right? And then they construct those houses later on. This is all going to be part of Rent Maze, right? The 3D printing in the future roadmap, if I have that correct.
yeah, you are.
And so imagine I was asking him on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it nowadays. I was like, man, so how long, could it really take to build a house? Like, how long is it going to take to print? And he's like, oh, maybe a couple hours, couple days tops. And I'm like, well, how long is it going to take to build, with a 3D printed house? And I'm like, is it like Legos? Do you kind of just like stick them together? Because I've seen construction like that now where you just kind of place everything together in like sections. Like, is that what it's going to be like? Or is it like nail and tar and like the old fashioned thing? Or are they like a jigsaw puzzle?
Okay, yeah. There are different ways of doing this. There are different companies building different solutions. One of them is actually making like a kind of like a paste. So uh, there's like a layout where uh, you kind of do like the regular cement. So there are a lot of things added, and there are some other models where everything is printed out, just like the Lego stuff we talked about. So everything is printed out, then everything is taken to the building and assembled together.
Okay. Cool. I think we're gonna call that the interview. You can stay on if you want till the end. We don't have any questions, or you can take off now. I'm just gonna do some TA.
I
Um,
I did want to know what country and what city is doing this stuff in though.
okay, yeah. We can do questions first for sure.
Oh, all right.
No. Like I'm glad you said that. So where are you based out of? And what was the second question?
Yeah, what's city? What country? What city?
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay. And so how's the real estate market out there?
At this point, kind of overinflated. Yeah, that's how I can put it presently. Everything is overinflated when it comes to the rental market, the real estate market in general. But I believe there's a huge correction coming soon, where everything will go back to the way it should be. So that could be in a couple of years, but shouldn't exceed 5 years.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Just if you have any more questions, DeFi, go ahead and ask if you want.
I don't know. It's pretty good. He's got a roadmap and everything, and it's good to hear some more people building on internet computer. I'm really happy that Michael is doing great things on internet computer.
Yeah, and let me just get your Twitter, Rentmace, and then we will share that. And thank you for coming on. I know you had a prior engagement on a Twitter space. Hopefully you were able to reschedule that. It's my channel is kind of hard locked at this time, so sorry I couldn't accommodate you better.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I actually scheduled for an earlier time, so that's been sorted out already.
Yeah, when you guys launch your token and stuff, we'd love to have you back on the channel, so that you can, talk about if you're doing SNS launch or however you're going to be doing that token. We'd love to have you on the channel and stuff. And this is his Twitter over here, just Rentmace, RENTMASE, and you can follow him over there. Now we get into the other questions. So let me just share my screen here. And if you guys leave, that's fine, or both of you can stay or whatever. It's cool. I don't care. Love to have you here. So let's look at ICP right now. We're sitting, it looks like at 1201, which is cool because I just put a leverage trade in. At what did I put it in at? Just put it in. I was like, man, it's not going to go much further down right this second. So, and I just do these leverage trades for like, a couple minutes. So I put it in at 11.98. So I'm only up about 3 cents on that leverage trade, and it could go down. But we're looking at the chart here, and as you see, this channel right here is the low side. And so I'm seeing we just kind of wick down to these levels. This has been our big support level at $12.36. So there could be a possible test of this level very soon. I'm looking at that, but I'm also looking if Bitcoin goes down, because we definitely got to look at that, because Bitcoin is the reason that we're not sitting at above $13 right now. Good thing the internet computer keeps recovering from these Bitcoin dumps. But the problem with that is when Bitcoin goes down like this, internet computer goes down as well, but we don't go back up. So imagine this is the Bitcoin line. Let's put this line in here after the Bitcoin dump, the 3 candles. Okay, if you look at that, the 3 candle dump, the bottom of that. Then we go over here, the 3 candle dump. Let's look at the bottom of that. And this is called the Bitcoin hammer. This is a pattern that I'm going to make a real thing. I'm going to make this recognized by every single chart in the world, because this is the Bitcoin dominance with a certain level of resistance that gets broken, and then it doesn't go back under when Bitcoin does. And this happens every single time. As you see, Bitcoin hits this level and then holds this support level. It happens the same way every single time. It's called the Bitcoin hammer. So it drops the price of altcoins. Here, let me just get rid of this so I can go back and forth. And then as you see this resistance line where the bottom of this is, we failed to stay above that. Now it's our resistance, right? Support level that broke, turned resistance, and we're not able to get back above that as Bitcoin does. So we go down with Bitcoin. Let's see how far Bitcoin went down. This is the problem with Bitcoin not dumping the way it should and ICP not moving the way it should. So it only went down about 5%. Then we also have an internet computer that went down 10% in the same time. Okay, and then we get a total of about 13%. So Bitcoin goes down 5%, goes, holds that level, holds that support level, and internet computer goes down. Now, the good thing is when Bitcoin keeps doing this to us over and over, the Bitcoin dominance doesn't affect us quite as much. The only problem is this is creating a double top over here. we have this top, and this is a crazy little M pattern. And I'm worried about Bitcoin dumping in June. And I think that's why we're pumping up again. This is going to be, another pump before a possible retest of somewhere in this area right here, because June is historically bearish. Now, in the meantime, I do see ICP. We're in June now. Going back up and testing this level about 1236. We've tested this level a lot. It might, only hit 1223 because we have failed to break above that point. But that's the level where Bitcoin dropped us, right? And we failed to break above that level. So if we get back above that level, then we're pretty good. Do you do any chart reading there, Crypto DeFi channel?
Yeah, I do a little bit. I haven't done any recently. I think the last video I did it on Helium Mobile token, but not ICP.
Okay, well, I'll let you share your screen and do a little TA at the end if you want.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay,
but I do want to say,
yeah, just tell me what you see.
Yeah. So when it was at 12, that's the fourth time it's floated at like $12. So actually, I was going to purchase a property last Monday.
Really?
But me and the wife decided to like go in the ICP, why get the house? We might as well just get ICP or something else,
What, bro? So did you buy the dip?
So I'm trying to figure the 11 spot or the 12 spot out.
Bro,
but
right here.
Earlier you did say something about
right here, 34. And then right here as well, I would have some scaling in. I would be getting in even at 1180 for a very small amount. I don't know what amount. Like, I'm not giving you financial advice, but this is what I would do if I was in your situation. Right. I would be getting in a very small amount, say I had 100 grand to spend. I would only put like maybe $1,000 at 1181 out of 100. That's 1% of your entire amount at 1181. The only problem with that is if we do not go down much further, I do believe we're going to go to one of these prices though. And then I'd put, at 1150, I'd be putting like 5-10 grand, at 1134, I'd be putting about 20. And then I'd have a big like $50,000 order here at 1050 myself. That these levels are pretty important going back. And as you see, you can follow these all the way back, and they respect trend lines so well, bro. Let me just show you some trend lines that I've been drawing. You can do it from basically anywhere. Those people who told you need, trend lines in certain places are not doing it right. So you could basically do these anywhere.
You're on trading. Are you on TradingView?
Yeah,
TradingView.
Yeah, and so you can just draw these from anywhere. And as you see, look at exactly where the price is right now. From this trend line, hits this perfectly, and then hits that perfectly. And look where our resistance is now exactly, bro. You can just draw these lines everywhere, and I do a lot of them, bro. And they hit my lines and they bounce off of them, and you can really tell where the price is going to go in ICP with just these simple trend lines. And then you bust out, like, say you get the RSI out here as well. Let's get rid of that. We don't need the volume. You get this RSI out, and then you can really tell. I just want to talk about this for a second because this is a huge part of, that we already had one. Whoops. So we have this RSI on the daily, and if you look, it's at 44. So that's a pretty significant level to be able to pump to the moon. As you see, the last time we were overbought on the daily is when we went to $21, right? And we did start all the way down from this 1085 area. So if we do get a brief drop down to this area, which I think we're going to see at least a move down to $11, before June is over, then we can see this really pump again, and we get back up to like 26, $27 or whatever. For that. Now the weekly, this is the most important one. And I want to talk about this because if you guys remember when we were up here, I was telling you that we really need to cool this level off, and we did. and we got under this. We briefly touched it and we've been under it. But the problem with this going up so much was because of this average line. When you get the average price of something over this 70 for an extended period of time, you're going to have a sell-off. And we had this over that. And so as you see, we reset all the way down to here. Now we moved up. This is very important. We moved up from $13.29 all the way up to this $21 area right here. Well, 18. The reason this is cool is because look how overbought this was right here, and now we are at $12, only $1.40 cheaper than that right now, and we are about, let's see where this was, 84, and we are sitting at 52. So we're 34 points lower than we were at this level, and we moved to 21. So we could have a massive pump, and I think that's coming in August. Or July, probably July, maybe August, unless Bitcoin keeps going up. If we don't see Bitcoin go back down to this $52,000 level or 55, which it did wick briefly down to 56, which is almost a 27% correction, we could be good. Now it's printing a double top over here, which could bring it back down to at least this $60,000 support area, because it's going to be a sideways month. Whether we dump or we pump a little bit, we're not going to break this area right now on Bitcoin. We're not going for a new all-time high in June. That's what I'm going to be pretty confident. It tried to break it up here and was rejected at 70,000. I don't think we're going to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin in June, but I think afterwards, I think what we really could see, is we could see Bitcoin kind of, trade like this, bounce off of this, kind of test it again, and then end up back here before a big move to the upside. And guys, let's just give you a little hopium right now. This is all short term. I do long-term price prediction videos and I do short-term price prediction videos. And so this is going to tell you the analysis of the longer term, not the 8-year, not the 4-year, but the next year. The next coming months. This is going to let you know we have a big opportunity. If we look at the last time we were at this level, we can go right up from here, and this was in right here. So we can look, we were at $4.68 when we were at this level last. I mean, even over here, even lower than that, $4. So yeah, over here, not this one, this one. So we were at $4 the last time. So what do you guys think about that? You think with us being at where we were at $4 and we moved 7x, so 21 4, so we went like 5x from there, 5.2 or whatever x from there. And if we go 5.2x from where we are right now, that's going to put us at somewhere around $60, right? So we're going to be at $60, $61 just from this move to the top up here. If we do the same move to the top up here, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
I can't wait for $60 ICP.
It's not too far off, guys. Like, this isn't something that I'm just like, oh yeah, we're going to $2,000 in the next couple of weeks. But with the same kind of movement in the market, once we see Bitcoin hit, 70, like $80,000, $90,000, we're gonna see the money flow out of Bitcoin, because somewhere around that $100,000 level for Bitcoin, people are gonna start to get that psychological, oh man, this is a psychological level. It's not gonna go over 100,000. This is a very high number, $100,000 for one Bitcoin. So people are going to sell off their Bitcoin. What happens when people sell off their Bitcoin? Well, they have profit now. They have all this money that they're like, damn, Bitcoin's at 100,000. I'm probably not going to make a whole lot of a Bitcoin right now. What am I going to put this money into now? And that's when money starts flowing, into stable coins. And then you see stable coins flowing into ICP, Jasmy, Solana's, all of your layer one cryptos, Ethereum's. And then you see meme coin season after that, because once they take their altcoin profits, boom, meme coin. Or once meme coin season happens, boom, they put their money into altcoins. And this is the beautiful thing about this market. You can just ride the waves.
Yeah, and the best thing about being an internet computer is all the new features and roadmaps and dApps. The other day I was on X or Twitter, and basically they were getting psyched because Cardano was going to be able to talk to like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And it's like Internet Computer has been doing that,
Already done it for years. So they're all playing catch up.
Yeah.
And this is why everybody was so scared of ICP. Like Solana's, FTX, that's why they did what they did to ICP and not every other crypto. Now, if it was just about money, don't you think they would have made synthetic coins for every single crypto that got launched on there? Why did they do it for Ronin Network? And why did they do it for ICP? Well, it obviously wasn't, to try to just take like a couple $100 million real quick. It was to make the longevity of Solana's, of your other cryptos that can't do what the Internet Computer could already do. That's the thing. They saw what the Internet Computer could do, and then they looked at their blockchain and they're like, oh, dang, we can't do this yet. So what can we do if we can't control something? We destroy it. So that's a complete mindset that people have, especially governments. If they can't control something, destroy it, right? So that's kind of a tyrannical mindset that these other cryptos had, just because of the reason you said, because it's more competent, it's more technically advanced and technically sound, and it brings technology that would not have been here for another, Internet Computer came out in 2021. It's been 3 years, and now Cardano is talking about speaking to Bitcoin and Ethereum after ICP already did it. And then it's like Avalanche, they start talking about stuff, bringing, stuff fully on chain or whatever they're talking about. And ICP is like, yeah, we already did that. Thanks for doing it a couple of years later, but we already solidified that, bro.
Yeah, and ChainKey USD has come out now, so
I love it. I've been waiting.
It's actually on CoinGecko now. It came on there today or yesterday, I believe.
Let's look.
Now you can look at charts on ChainKey USD.
USDC, you mean, or USD?
Yeah, USDC.
Okay, I was because I saw ChainKey USD too, but it wasn't. So hold on, that's USDC.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
USDC. I don't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
You could share the screen on that one, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. I just had to find it first.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. ChainKey USDC, and it's worth $1 right now. Let's look at the volume. 24-hour trading volume, about $43,000. Not bad. Circulating supply, basically whatever USDC has. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. We can see kind of the fluctuations. It's basically pegged to $1. You can see that it looks like it started at about 98 cents 7 days ago. That's where it started at. And then it pegs pretty well to whatever USDC is. This is huge. We need stable coins on the Internet Computer. And what other chains, even if they can interact with Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? What other chains are going to be able to have a stable coin? Because even if you can interact with Ethereum, it's going to be pretty hard to interact with the ERC20 tokens, which is what USDC is, and other tokens. So maybe in a couple of years, they'll be like, hey, we added, ERC20 tokens to our standard now.
Yeah, I can't wait for Tether to be on there too.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they chose USDC first.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it, but I forgot the guy's name. The CEO. It's like Pierce, something Pierce. But
oh yeah, Adam Pierce? No,
I don't think so. I think it's Brock. Is it Brock Pierce?
I have no clue, man.
Oh,
I'm just swinging. I'm whiffing them right now. You're pitching.
Yeah,
I'm whipping them.
Yeah, you would think he would want to do that though, but
So one last question, because we're getting about to an hour. We're gonna call it a day here. Now, this is for you, Michael. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate that. Where do you see ICP in the next 2 years? Both of you guys, actually. First, Michael, then you, DeFi.
Yeah.
As
Let Michael go first, please.
oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. All right. So there's still a lot of things to do presently. There are more teams coming up, building, and I think that's going to play a huge role. So for price action in the near term, let's say in the next couple of months, should be around the same levels. But on the long run, in the next 2 years, I expect things to move closer to $150 per ICP token.
Okay, that's a pretty generous prediction. I like it. Six Figs, what's going on in here? We're DJing, bro. Same question to you though, DeFi. Where do you see ICP in 2 years? That's going to be kind of after the bull run. So, do you see ICP as like having the best technology, being a number 3 crypto? Where do you see this amazing piece of technology at 2 years?
Most of our head community, like Dom and different people, they really see ICP being deflationary in 2026. So I think if we don't see it in top 3, it will be in top 10 at least. I agree with around $50-$60 ICP at least. If it's not, 40 is reasonable.
So, do you see that as a short term, or is that for the top of the bull market for you?
It's really hard to say because of the development of the apps.
But if you just plainly look at the price move from $4 to and where we are with the RSI and us not being the full year, we're at least going 7x from $12, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would think so. I could see
At least
40 billion market cap, 50
okay.
billion. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you could.
That's getting pretty close to like 8 to 10x, like 8,
Yeah.
9x.
Yeah, I think it all like it could blow up anytime. I mean, you could have the PP coin or Pepe coin, and who knows, like one big entity adopts internet computer, and then you get 10 billion, $20 billion easy, I think.
I agree. And we got to shout out my boy with his cracking FTX is actually what it was called. But I agree 100%. I was an honored guest in this documentary that I was talking about earlier when everybody was coming after ICP because of the technology, and now you see everybody imitating it. My friend Six Figs here made a very intricate, detailed video with proof showing that this man, Sam Bankman-Fried, and his employees manipulated and created a synthetic token for ICP, launched it before it was tradable, and then gave the information to other influencers to get the word out, to kind of put people like Coin Bureau and now Invest Answers in their place. If you guys didn't see that video of mine, I said the disaster for the internet computer is bullish. I absolutely shred Invest Answers. I have nothing against the guy, but what he said about ICP was absolutely false. And so we slayed him about that, me and my community. So check that out. Thank you again, Michael, for stopping by. Thank you, DeFi. I'd love to have you both on the channel again. Maybe we can get Six Figs to come on with us or somebody else and just have like a little party or something on here with us. Okay, well, we're going to call it a day. If you guys want to just say bye, now is the time.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Bitcoin Renegade Crypto DeFi channel. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys.
Go
ahead.
right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just more like a reminder, the NFT mint is coming up in a couple of hours. So I believe there are a lot of whitelisted wallets. So everyone should be ready to mint. So I believe there are a lot of surprises coming right after the mint. So
Perfect. And yes, so his NFT is launching on the 4th. So get over there, and you said it's on Yuku, right?
yes, Yuku.
Yuku. All right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bang!